everybody, and welcome into Blue Jays Today, folks. For real, let's get some play with the Toronto Blue Jays. We are live on this Friday afternoon after a dominant win over the Detroit Tigers to walk into Detroit, quote-unquote, the best team in baseball, and to put up 11 runs on them like you did. I know that they clawed back like 4 at the end there, but like it was garbage time. It didn't mean anything. That was a complete and utter dog walking by the Toronto Blue Jays. It was phenomenal. To help us break down that win and the recent success, we got the star from the 6 Inning Stretch podcast and former Toronto Blue Jay player, Mr. Whit Merrifield. Welcome back on this Friday afternoon. Dude, how are you?
I'm great. I appreciate you calling me the star of the show and not Lindsay, so she can suck that.
You can tell her we said that. I'm sure she'll really appreciate that, man. Let's start with that game that happened yesterday. What a performance from Eric Lauer. I mean, this guy signs a minor league deal. You're not really expecting a whole lot from him, and then he comes out, and it just feels like that fastball is just unhittable. He's mixing well. He's deceiving hitters, getting weak contact. It's incredible what I'm seeing. Now, from a batter's perspective, what is going on? How is he getting so many weak barrels and swings and misses on stuff that doesn't like on page look like it's eye popping? Like what are you seeing from Eric Lauer?
He's a pitcher. He's an old school pitcher, and he knows how to pitch, and his stuff can be a little deceptive. Faced him a couple times. I remember his fastball gets on you a little more than you think. So he might not blow up the radar gun, but in the day and age of stuff and metrics and numbers, the art of pitching has become lost. And so when you run across a guy that knows how to pitch, Eric Lauer, Chris Bassett, those guys can have success because you're not used to facing guys that are setting you up and moving the ball on purpose, to coming in and moving away, up, down, and not just chasing numbers. So when you face a guy like that who can pound the zone and mix it up and understand what the hitter's trying to do and work away from that, you can find success. And Eric Lauer's done a great job of that.
Yeah, certainly.
And I just love how, again, you put it. It's like, yeah, he's actually a pitcher. And I know that's something that MLB has been talking about for a while now. And and I do agree with, it's like a lot of these young kids are coming up and they can blow the radar gun, 100 plus. Yeah. But it's like, can you actually pitch? Do you understand the art of pitching? And it does feel like Eric Lauer is that guy.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Hey, I got go ahead, Whit. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's refreshing and it's nice to have that guy, but the game is obviously evolving in a different direction, and when you got a guy like that can pitch, that's got to scrap his way to a minor league invite type contract and work his way up, that you're going to have less and less guys like that. So he's going to be a rarity in our game, and it's unfortunate, but he's doing a great job with what he's got, and hopefully he can parlay that into a big league deal.
Well, speaking of Eric Lauer, I got a question for you, which also brings me to my next point. Chat, for the 229 people who are in here, we're going to pick one question that you guys ask in the chat, one question that we like, that we will ask Whit Merrifield right before he goes. So if you have any burning questions in there, send it in now. We're going to do that every single week that we have him on. So now's your chance to ask Whit Merrifield a question. My question for you, Toronto Blue Jays right now, they got a rotation where I would argue it's pretty deep. You have a lot of guys out there, Bassett, Gausman, Barrios, Eric Lauer now, even Max Scherzer every now and again, where you can put them out there and you can feel confident that it's like, okay, we can win this ball game. In your opinion, as it stands right now, and I know that you're friends with all of these guys, you know them. I know that you just had Kevin Gausman on your show and everything. So I understand if you want to trade carefully here, but if you had to pick a game one starter for this team, should they make the playoffs, who is that guy for you right now in this rotation?
To me, it depends on what Scherzer looks like down the stretch, how healthy he is. When you have a guy like that that's done it, been there, has the resume. If he the last month, 2 months of the season looks like Max Scherzer, then you go with Max Scherzer. That's why you brought him. But if there's some uncertainty, to me, it's a guy like Barrios or Bassett, and those are steady solid. You know what you're going to get from guys. I'd like to see Barrios get another crack at a postseason start and see how that goes. And I think he earns a little longer leash this time.
Yeah,
but,
I agreed.
Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong option, but I think that if I was steering the ship, I'd go with the guy that's been there if he looks right and if he feels right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. And we actually asked our chat, and the overwhelming majority was Kevin Gausman too. You know, guy who's been there before. He's been a game one starter before for the Jays. Not bad options. I mean, there's a lot of guys in that rotation. And then actually, funny enough, the second option that everyone's voting for was Eric Lauer. Maybe there's some recency bias because of the performance, but I mean, he's got some pretty good stuff, and it'll be an interesting conversation come September what they decide to do.
Yeah, I think it's a funny talking point right now because honestly, like it is up in the air, and in previous years it's been like undoubtedly it is going to be either Kevin Gausman or Jose or what have you, and this year I don't really know, which is a good thing because it just means that there is so much depth in that rotation.
Yeah. Hey, Whit, I wanted to ask you something because the Blue Jays offensively have been a demon. I mean, we're seeing so many stats out there about the Jays and their ability to put the ball in play, whiff a lot less than they ever have, not strike out as much. And, as a fan, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, wow, obviously it's a dramatic turnaround. I wanted to ask you your perspective. What are they trying to accomplish at the dish that's leading to them not striking out, not whiffing as much? Is it as simple as we're just looking to put the ball in play and do damage? Or is it a team-wide philosophy that like maybe we're not privy to? Like, what are you seeing from these Jays hitters?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's being talked about behind, in the hitters' meetings and behind closed doors. The whole philosophy thing, I think it gets blown out of proportion. I don't think there's necessarily a team philosophy. I think there can be, you can talk about, hey, we might be striking out too much, or hey, we might be doing X, Y, and Z. We're not getting guys in enough, moving guys over enough. But as far as the philosophy goes, like I don't know if, it's hard. I'm not in the locker room, so I can't really speak on it. But a lot of times with this stuff, it's just contagious. It's just contagious when two or three guys kind of get going, especially when they're your big guys. Like you got Bo cruising right now. Vladdy's kind of coming around back to his self. George has been awesome all year. When you got those guys going, it's just kind of a snowball effect. And other guys sort of catch on, and it's hitting is very contagious. And so I think that is probably a bigger factor than any sort of philosophy that they might have going on.
More like a byproduct of just like having a good plan of attack and doing damage on the baseball.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can only get so many scouting reports on what a guy's going to do. There's only so many plans that you can have. It's just a matter of going out and executing. And when you've had success, and when your big guys are having success, and you see your big guys doing it, and it's contagious. And it's really hard to explain to someone that hasn't, I guess played at the level, but it is such a contagious thing that it's, I'm not trying to take anything away from what the hitting coaches over there are doing, because they're doing a great job. The offense is great, but it's just the rhythm of the sport, and they got a good rhythm going right now.
Certainly.
How much does the vibe play into the vibe of the clubhouse play into the actual success, right? You've been on some really good teams, you've been on some not so good teams, right? And I imagine that clubhouse vibe, is one of those things that, I don't want to say it dictates the results, but it obviously has an impact. And I can just say from a viewer standpoint, this is pure speculation on my part, but it felt like last year watching the Toronto Blue Jays, vibes weren't that high. This year, it feels like it's the complete opposite, right? I'm watching George Springer, dance in the dugout, Vladdy smiling the whole time. Like the boys are having fun. How much does that actually play into the success of this ball team?
That's a huge part of it. I mean, when the vibe is good, when the vibe is about the team and the vibe is about the end result of the game, there's so much less worry about what have I done my first at bat, my second at bat, my last 5, my last 10 at bats. It's about what am I doing? Like, where are we at in the game? What can I do to help this team win this game? And the past becomes much easier to put behind you when the feel in the clubhouse is about the team and about winning. And Unfortunately, it's not always like that, but a lot of times teams aren't in positions like the Blue Jays are in right now. So it's a lot easier when you're winning games and you got that cushion and you're 20 games above 500 or whatever it is. And it's an incredible thing they got going on right now. And the vibe is definitely helping whatever mojo they got.
Yeah. And recently this week, I mean, a lot of people have been talking about the Rogers Center. I mean, that Yankees series, I believe it was sold out every single game. Did you ever feel that when you had a sold out crowd? Did you feel that energy and it kind of played into your performance a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the Rogers Center is great. It's an electric environment. It's a ton of fun to play in, and especially right now, I can't imagine how rocking that place is. And it's fun to show up every day and have a full stadium and people at your back, cheering you on like that. When it's a Tuesday night and you're playing in front of 30,000 people, it's a different feeling than when it's a Tuesday night and you see, a third of the stadium full. So it's a cool thing going on in Toronto, and I encourage the fans to keep showing up because I think I said last time, I mean, look at Detroit. I think they've lost. They were the best team in baseball, bar none, for most of the year, and they've lost 10 out of 11. So the Blue Jays got going right now. It's great. Love it. Cherish it. Your fans enjoy it. It ain't going to be like this the whole year. I'm just going to hate to burst your bubble. But when it is, just remember this team. It's the same team. They just might not be playing as well in a couple weeks. Stay with them. Keep supporting them. And it's a fun team to watch.
Yeah, it has been a great ride, man. Now, I want to be conscious of your time here because I know that you got your little one running around. So I do see a question in here that I think is pretty interesting, which I'm going to ask here. Now, this comes in from Screams. If you don't want to answer this, then let us know. But he asks, did you have any offers to play this year? So I know that you announced your retirement. I believe it was like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that. Mm-hmm. Was there any offers? Was there anyone calling your agent and saying, hey, like, does this guy want to play baseball again?
Yeah, I had offers. There was probably 5 teams I was played for. There's 5 teams I was going to play for, and I got an offer from 2 of them.
Okay.
And they just didn't. I needed it to, in a roundabout way, I needed enough coming to get my family to where I was going to be majority of the year in a very easy manner. And so the price tag that I set was just, it wasn't matched. And that's fine. Cause I would much rather be chasing her around than playing baseball this year, unfortunately. But I did have a couple offers from teams that I was willing to play for, but it just didn't work out.
No, that's fair. And of course, every Friday on Blue Jays Today, of course, that was also a factor in your decision.
Right. Yeah,
absolutely. Also, one more thing before you go, Whit. And I know it's still very early in the season. Well, I guess not really. I guess we're more than 2/3 of the way through. But in your opinion, this is a very vague question, so take it how you will. Does this team have the chance to be one of the best teams we've seen with Bo and Vlad? Like, I know you've played on 22 and 23, but does this team right now look like it could be the best team that we've seen with those guys?
Yeah, they're definitely playing the best. That's for sure. If you just look at sheer rosters, maybe not, but that's not how baseball works. It's about who's playing up to their potential and who's capitalizing on opportunities and moments. And this year's team has done the best job of any Blue Jays team, at least since I've been kind of associated with Toronto. So it's a great time to be a Blue Jays fan. I'm hoping that they can, whatever they got going right now, can be sustained through October. And it's really the key to any team that's going to play in the postseason. So, but it's encouraging what they're doing, and looking forward to continuing to follow them the next couple months.
Well,
so are we, man.
Yeah, so are we. And what would be a really nice addition would be somebody like a Eugenio Suarez. And it looks like the Yankees are out of the mix now because they just traded for third baseman Ryan McMahon literally 2 minutes ago. So that is exciting stuff. Come on, Ross Atkins. It's your time to shine, time to cook. Folks, if you want to hear more from Whit
Merrifield. Sleep on Ernie.
Sorry?
Sleep on Ernie.
It's true. Yeah. If you want to hear more from Whit Merrifield, then go check him out on the 6 Inning Stretch podcast. He's doing some great work there with Lindsay. I know that you just had Kevin Gosman on. Do you have any more exciting guests coming soon?
My man Ernie. We got Ernie coming up soon.
There we go. There we go.
So we'll see. We'll see what we got cooking up.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Well, guys, check out Blue Jays Nation. Link is in the description down below if you want to go subscribe there. Whit, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll chat soon, all right?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, man. Guys, that was Whit Merrifield from the 6th-inning stretch, and obviously former Blue Jays player and Kansas City Royal, Atlanta Brave, you name it. Guys, that's awesome. Yeah, I love all the questions that we got in there. Some really great questions. That was a good one in there from Screams because you get a little bit of dirt behind the scenes. But let's right now react to that because that's crazy.
Oh yeah, that
New York Yankees
that just happened.
We just got that in.
That is actually big,
massive.
Because they were undeniably the favorite to go out and get Eugenio Suarez.
Now
that's the thing. Now that they got Ryan McMahon, I mean, like that's
they really must have prioritized the defense over the offense. Right, because that was the big thing for them. They really weren't, because I broke it down in a short, actually on Bad for Baseball.
Yeah.
They really wanted to get a third baseman, but they were scared about Suarez's defense, which, I mean, look, overall, like you do look at the metrics and the Yankees team defensively isn't the best, but it's actually right there smack dab in the middle. But for me, I would have said, frick that. I don't care about the defense right now, even though it did cost us the series in Toronto. Give me Suarez for the bat. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
You know what? From that standpoint, actually, I hadn't thought about it in that regard. But I actually don't hate that because, I mean, again, you never know these things, but I'm looking at McMahon's defense right now. He's 91st percentile and outs above average. So the guy is absolutely solid over there. And I mean, who knows, right?
We're back, y'all. We're back.
Okay, I don't.
Dude, something keeps happening on my mouse where it keeps kicking me out.
Yeah, not sure why that happened, guys. Whenever we go with Whit Merrifield, we have to use this other program. It is really stupid. But either way, bear with us, folks. I actually don't hate them going out and getting Ryan McMahon here. Like, it does make a lot of sense because, if they had him at the third base when they were playing us, maybe they go on and win that series. You never know. So it's something to note. But I think the more important thing here is now that they're out on Eugenio Suarez.
That's crazy because, where do you put Suarez now? If you got McMahon at third base, can they shift McMahon? Does McMahon play any other position other than third?
But, like you're going to have him at third, though. Like, this is why you got him.
And where
you don't have a third baseman.
It's crazy. I know it fits well in the Yankees, but honestly, that it feels like they should have gotten got their guy. So now the big team for him is the Cubs. Actually, they were the other team because Mariners got Josh Naylor. We saw that happen yesterday. McMahon goes over to the Yankees. Cubs feel like the only team left for Suarez.
And Blue Jays, you never know. I mean, look.
we haven't heard anything about the Blue Jays.
Well, we heard. I thought that there was something that was like, oh, they're like on the outskirts looking in, or I thought like Keegan Masson even said something like, yeah, like they're gonna be looking, they're gonna be talking about it. Again, this is all pure speculation at this point, but it is notable now that they are out on, or they should be out anyways, on Eugenio. And I see people in there already talking about how, Gregory Soto is gone. He is gone now. And Hector Gomez, and take Hector Gomez with a grain of salt, folks, but he came out 12 hours ago and said that the Padres, the Cubs, and the Blue Jays have reached out to the Marlins to inquire about Sandy Alcantara. So we are very much in the mix for a starter. You guys know our feelings on Sandy. It's like a yes, but not an overwhelming yes. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch there. Yeah,
absolutely. Now there is a starter right here. There's a report that the Blue Jays are several teams interested in Dylan Cease as well, folks. This is a guy that could be very, very interesting. He's over there on the Padres. I mean, the ERA isn't great, 4.59 with a whip of 1.302. He's an experimental piece for 2 months. He is a righty, so it doesn't really change much in the rotation. What are your thoughts on Dylan Cease if that was the guy we end up going out and getting?
Yeah, I like Dylan Cease. I feel like he's kind of in the same boat tier as I would argue he's a bit in a higher tier than Sandy for me. Granted, you don't have him for an additional season of control, but I do think that Dylan Cease, I don't know what's going wrong with him this year. I would hope that Pete Walker would be able to figure that out because when this guy is on, he is on just as good as anybody. So I like Dylan Cease a bunch. I feel like this is somebody that could come in and have that second half burst with the Jays. I don't know why I feel a bit more confident than him than some of the other individuals. Maybe it's just because we've seen him go insane mode before, literally Cy Young 2, Cy Young 4. So the guy can be very, very good.
Strikeouts are really good. So
strikeouts are through the roof.
Yeah.
Strikeouts are always through the roof with Dylan Cease. He's one of the best strikeout guys in baseball. So that is definitely an interesting one to note. I hadn't thought about Dylan Cease.
No, me
I didn't
either.
really expect the Padres to be in a position to maybe sell off some pieces.
Yeah, where are they right now in the standings?
I'm pretty sure that they're second in their division. So I'm kind of surprised that he's even coming up in trade talks.
55 and 48, it looks
exactly.
like. Yeah, like why would they? I don't know. That one feels a little weird for me. Like maybe teams obviously have called about Dylan Cease, but, are the Padres willing to sell?
I could see the Padres being willing to, move him for, somebody on our roster, right? That is ready to play now, right? I brought up Ernie Clement as an example. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what it would be, but maybe the Padres really need to get some good defense over there. Maybe they need that. I think they have Manny, but still, point being, maybe they want to address some other area of their squad. But you're right. I mean, there's a lot of hoops that you need to jump through if you were going to bring somebody like Dylan Cease over here.
Yeah, and what's great about Dylan Cease, and we're starting to already see what the price tags are for some of these guys that have already been traded. I mean, we're going to find out about Ryan McMahon in just a moment. But Josh Naylor trade when he goes over to Seattle. Seattle Mariners might be a little sneaky coming in the wild card. He only costs, I think they were mid 30s or like mid teens, right? Prospect, two of them for 2 months of Josh Naylor.
Yeah.
And then you saw Gregory Soto basically go for a penny, for 2 months of him. So 2 months of Dylan Cease, even though he's Dylan Cease, hey, he's Josh Naylor. It might only cost you a mid kind of price range, which is absolutely well within range.
100%, man. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how the price tags of these guys shape out. I have a feeling that some of the pitchers are going to be worth a bit more. Just because everybody needs pitching. And I also do think that Eugenio Suarez is not going to be cheap. Like from what I've heard and from what people are saying, and this is coming from the analysts, I forget which one came out with it, like either Morosi or Heyman or one of them. But they were saying that, Arizona is shopping Eugenio, but they need a big haul because they're also interested in potentially re-signing him. And they're like, look, if we don't get what we're asking for here, that's fine. We'll hold him. And we will try to negotiate for the next 2 months to get this guy back on our ball team, which if I was them, I also hear that side of things as well.
Yeah, I would be kind of feeling the same way if I was Diamondback. I'm like, man, I love this guy. He loves us. I mean, did you see his last homestand that he had? And he was sitting in the dugout or standing, I guess, and leaning in the dugout alone, looking at, I forget what their field's called, but looking around at the ballpark. And he was kind of having one of those moments like, wow, this could be it for me. This is my last moment here.
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
He looks like he likes it there. So, if you're having those conversations as a front office with Eugenio, like, hey, dude, do you want to stay here? Is that your intention? Can we work something out? Can we get it done, either soon or later? Because we want to keep you. If you trade away Eugenio, you might be able to get a decent haul. Maybe that's why the Yankees decided to go with Ryan McMahon.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Because they realized it's too much. And they're like, well, 2 months of this guy, you're asking for my top prospect, Spencer Jones or whatever. No, I don't want to do that.
And I think that if you are I think you made a great point there about, the offense and the defense, right? Because Eugenio's defense isn't phenomenal. So from the Yankee standpoint, they want to get more defense in here. Do we need to trade our top prospect for another home run hitter? We have Aaron Judge. We have home runs, right? That's actually something that they do very, very well. If you're the Blue Jays, though, and this is why I bring us up, because we have defense, we have it. We got tons of defense. We could afford to lose out on a tiny bit of defense. The one thing that we don't have is the home run. So I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but Toronto might be a little bit more inclined to give up something a bit more for somebody that would bring 36 home runs to the middle of their lineup, protect Vlad, protect, Addison Bar, whatever, right? He'd be in there providing everybody some protection. So not saying that we're going to do it, but I do think that there's something there.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you really want to go all in, the chances here. It felt like two of the big names, Seattle and Yankees, are now gone. Now it's less competitive. If you really wanted to go in and enter yourself into that competitive market for Eugenio Suarez, then absolutely do it. It makes sense, too. You could throw him over at third base. You can move Ernie Clement to second because, let's be honest, Leo Jimenez and Andres Jimenez, both the Jimenezes, we don't really need them to be in the lineup every single day. You can put Ernie over there, maybe split some time if you really need to. Varsher's your permanent right fielder. George is your DH. You got Varsher coming back in center field and Lucas in left. Boom. That's such a clean, easy fit. If they want to pay up, well, how much would you be willing to pay up for Eugenio?
Honestly, I would be willing to pay up a decent amount, and people are going to hate this, but I would be willing to give up one of our top prospects, and that's just
Which one?
I don't care. Like
Namala.
If that's what it's going to cost, and I know that sounds crazy for a dude that's got 2 months of control, but I also look, I always bring it back to this. Like, we're the number 1 team in the American League, and right now, I think that this is the best chance that I have ever seen for the Blue Jays to win a World Series. So if we're in Game 7 of the ALCS and we need a big home run, I want to have the guy that can give me the big home run there to take us to the World Series.
Well, Drew Gamer said Blue Jays already said no, Namala or Savage for unrestricted free agent. Now, honestly, for me, that's where I'm going to draw the line. 2 months for an unrestricted free agent, or Namala or Savage for an unrestricted free agent feels like way too much of a pay. I would though go Elvis Martinez. I'll go anybody lower than those 2 guys, honestly.
Don't get me wrong. I would obviously prefer not to do that. But I genuinely think that this is a great ball team. And I think that, the time to win is now. So if Ross and Mark and the people in that locker room are believing that, wow, we are 1 home run hitter away from actually doing this thing, you're destroying Detroit, or you did destroy Detroit. You've kicked the Yankees' ass. You're number 1 in the American League. Like, right now, we should be the favorite, if not one of the favorites, to go to the World Series. Take that. Let that sink in.
We should be, but apparently sportsbooks say we don't. Shut up.
I know. Well, sportsbooks are stupid, right? Sportsbooks are stupid sometimes. But if they go out and they do get Eugenio Suarez, I guarantee you the sportsbooks would adjust, and we would be the favorite to go to the World Series in the American League. Take that in.
Yeah, I mean, if we go make it happen, you guys let us know if you guys would make that trade for Eugenio Suarez, for Namala or Savage straight up 1-for-1. I would get it done for sure.
It should.
Because if I was Arizona, I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's what we want.
Of course I want that guy. That's a lot of control for 2 months of that dude. Yankees not getting Suarez, it said. Yeah. Are you going to go live today saying Venom? Yes, we are going to be going live for the Detroit game, everybody. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be going live and reacting, probably having a couple bevies. Before we move on and talk about more trade deadline stuff, because there's a couple more things I want to bring up. And of course, we got to talk about the Detroit series. Let's give a quick shout out here, everybody, to Budweiser. Budweiser, guys. It's the time for Budweiser. Batters up, and the Buds are stepping up to the plate. Budweiser is encouraging all Buds to make time for baseball this summer. It's the official partner of your Toronto Blue Jays, and also the official partner of Blue Jays Today. Baseball is better with your Buds. You can also go get limited edition Toronto Blue Jays Budweiser cans that are now available at your local LCBO. I certainly want some Buds when I'm watching the Blue Jays manhandle the Tigers.
Yeah, and they did do just that yesterday. I mean, I kind of want to talk about that game just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I tweeted this out yesterday as well, talking about some of the great things that the Toronto Blue Jays have been doing in this recent hot stretch. Since May 1st, the Toronto Blue Jays have the best record in all of baseball. So take that in, right? When people are saying, oh, the Toronto Blue Jays they're not actually that good. Well, since May 1st, they are the best team.
Literally been the best team.
They've been the best team in baseball. They also have the highest batting average. What is going on? They also
this program
have the highest
sucks.
batting average in that time, and the lowest strikeout rate in the league. So, I see Paul from Toronto in here saying we need to get a leadoff hitter. We got to get somebody that doesn't strike out.
Lord.
I think we have that already.
We don't strike out at all.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? We are literally the best team at not striking out. I just asked Whit Merrifield, how is it that they're not striking out so much? And he gave his answer. But what?
Exactly.
Have you been watching this season?
I genuinely think that we already have those guys on the roster right now, and they have been doing it. Best batting average in baseball, lowest strikeout rate, and also, I didn't even put this in this tweet, but they have the best record in the league against teams above 500.
Yeah.
That's the best record in the league against other playoff teams. So that, to me, like all of those, best record since May 1st, highest batting average, lowest strikeouts, you beat the good teams. All of these things is why I am at that place where I am ready to put all the fucking chips in the middle and go for this thing.
I agree. And I'm willing to put the chips in the middle if it makes sense, right? Like if we can negotiate something in our favor, and obviously we do it. I'm really interested to see like where the Cubs are in terms of desperation too, because it feels like they're going to be going in on a lot of guys that we want to go in on. So totally, that's kind of like our competitors right now. Obviously the Yankees too, but we got to see. We got to wait and see, guys. There should be more rumors coming out in the meantime. let's talk about the Detroit Tigers. We got to talk about that game that happened yesterday because we didn't obviously break it down yet, the series, because they started yesterday, but they destroyed the Tigers. 11-4 was the final score. Eric Lauer, we brought up with Whit Merrifield. My goodness, man. I know that probably game one start isn't in the realm of possibilities just yet because you got veteran dudes that you probably want to throw out there in game one. But my goodness, at this rate, he deserves to start in a 5-game series.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I will say that Detroit has been playing horrendously over the last 11 games. I actually saw a statistic today. They have the, I believe it is the 29th batting average in the last 11 games, the lowest amount of runs scored in the last 11 games.
That makes sense.
The worst ERA in the last 11 games, and then the worst whip.
So collapse watch, fraud watch.
It is quite literally the worst of the worst in the last 11 games. That being said, though, you still walked into their home ballpark, a team that has 60 wins right now, a team that was heralded as being the best team in MLB for a large portion of this season. You walked into their ballpark and you absolutely beat them down surgically. It was looking like it was a tight game for a while. And then in that 6th inning, the Toronto Blue Jays hitters just opened things up. Oh, you want to intentionally walk Addison Barger? No worries, because there's Earn Dog sending one 350 feet or however far it was over the fence. Blue Jays up, and Detroit never could claw their way back into it. They had a position player thrown to us in the 9th inning. So that was just an absolute beatdown and a statement game, I think, to the rest of MLB going, hey, wait. We are the best team in the American League.
Yeah, and people will, like to your earlier point, be like, oh, well, the Tigers, they're not really a good ball team right now. They're struggling. Well, you better walk in and you better take 3 or 4 from the Tigers right now. And if Scuba got beat up his last start out, you better, when you face them on Saturday, be ready to bring your best stuff and beat them up. Honestly, at this point, it's not crazy to say that the Tigers don't want to face anybody else, but like they'd face anybody else but the Blue Jays right now. If I'm the Tigers and I'm struggling, the last team I want to see walk into my ballpark is the Toronto Blue Jays. And that's not a biased opinion. We're the hottest team in baseball. We have the best offense in baseball right now in the last 3 months. We have to go and improve why we're one of the best. And, to further hammer the point, after Ernie Clement hits a homer, oh, you think you're out of it? No, there's Joey Loperfido hits another homer, and there's the game. And then Addy Batty gets his revenge, hits a triple. It was awesome. One more note. I guess we're being all positive right now. Let's throw a little bit of a negative feeling in here. How are we feeling about Chad Green right now?
Yeah, I know that people were upset about that. I will get to that. So I do just want to correct you. Scuba's last start was actually incredible. The start prior to
the start prior
wasn't great. But he's on maternity leave.
Sorry, my bad. Someone in the chat said that his last start was bad. So,
no, last start was insane. He is on maternity leave right now, though, and we're still not sure whether or not he is going to be coming back for the game or not. Is it confirmed?
Yeah, he's going to be pitching this Saturday.
Okay, so that should be locked in then. Yeah, I know he's still on the NA list, but I guess they'll have to take him off for Saturday's game. Quick shout out here to Let's Get Gaming, $5 dono. Now that the Yankees got McMahon, it's possible for Suarez. Lots of comp. I still like the Jim Riley trade package for to Pittsburgh for Keller and Bednar. You got to remind us exactly what that was there, Let's Get Gaming. I'm curious to see what it was that Jim Riley cooked up there, but you're right. Suarez now on the table. Back to Chad Green. Trade deadline's coming up. And I would say that he is one of the individuals that is coming close to the chopping block right here.
Right.
Should we pick up 1 or 2 or 3 more competitive options for that bullpen, which I do anticipate Ross Atkins, you know how he loves his bullpen. And basically there was an article from Ben Nicholson-Smith a couple weeks ago talking about every single trade deadline Ross Atkins is done. He always goes out and gets 1 to 2 to 3 to bullpen arms. He will get some dudes. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Chad Green is gone in 5 days from now.
Yeah, well, there's unless he goes out and get a bunch of them. I mean, hell, Ben Nicholson-Smith said that he even wouldn't be shocked if they got 3 bullpen arms, just to go fill out the pen. Because, who's on the chopping block right now? Rule is you haven't been bad, but, you're not going to be up on this big league level. You're going to be down at AAA as depth guy. Fluharty, kind of the same boat after his hot start got cold. Kind of that, swing man a little bit, in terms of, AAA and MLB. That's the guy that can go. Tommy Nance might be another guy. So, there's 3 dudes there that still would probably go down. And Chad Green is kind of falling into that 3 up or 10 up, 10 down situation.
I don't know. I hear where you're coming from, man, but I don't know if I think that you can argue, for instance, that you'd rather have Mason Fluharty on this ball team,
100%.
or Tommy Nance on this ball team than Chad Green.
100%. But until like push comes to shove, like if we're starting to run out of room right now, he's got room. He's got breathing room in this depth. I could still option Fluharty with 3 options, one with Brule. Now you will have to get rid of Tommy Nance if push comes to shove. But Chad Green, you're gonna have to cut him outright. If you get rid of him on the team.
Yeah, and that would just be what it is. But
look, I'm okay with it too. Like, don't get me wrong, but that's an organizational decision you got to make. Like, if you cut this guy, like he gone. Whereas these guys, like, you got more flexibility right now.
That's true. So I suppose if the Toronto Blue Jays are still thinking that there's something there, I guess do it. Like, I don't hate it right now because Chad Green, well, he came up when we were up by 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he did make it a little bit interesting there. First, it was like, oh, shit, like, are they actually going to do this? No, they're not, because, we got a bunch more outs to do, or we have so many more runs of insurance here. So, no, they're not.
Yeah.
Would it be more concerning if he was in, a game where we're only leading by 3? Yeah, but you don't put him in that situation. So, for right now, it's like we're not really running into that issue because, he is that 7 up, 7 down kind of dude.
Yeah.
But I suppose that if they're really trying to be a competitive ball team, you do need to have some significant depth in your pen. And I would like it if, Chad Green is not there anymore come playoff time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got how many people? 460 people in here right now. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you smash that subscribe button. We got a couple new segments we wanted to introduce to all of y'all. We wanted to appreciate some of the fans here on Blue Jays Today, the people who come in and they watch us regularly, they comment, they engage, they do a bunch of extracurriculars surrounding Blue Jays Today. Let's first start off with, we're going to start crowning the fan of the month every single month for everyone's engagement and support and extra stuff they bring to Blue Jays Today. So without further ado, let's crown the Blue Jays Today Fan of the Month.
It's like a phone game ad, a little bit.
Clash of Clans a little bit.
Yeah, Clash of Clans. But this one's going to go to a very special individual who spent so much time on this one document that helped us out immensely, and that was Drew Gamer. Drew Gamer put together, it was like a 10,000 word document for the draft, sent it to us, walked us through all of it. Shout out to Drew. He's in every single stream. We just wanted to show you a little bit of love there, Drew Gamer, because we do appreciate the fact that you did that you're here all the time. And that's not lost on us, man. Like, we truly do. We think the world of you, and we are so appreciative that you took all of that time. Yeah. That was crazy.
Never asked you to do it. Never anything. You just offered it and did it. So W's in chat for Drew Gamer, everybody. I want to show some appreciation. We're going to have this segment come up. If you enjoy it, we're going to have it come up every single month on the Blue Jays Today show. So keep on engaging, guys. You guys are awesome. We really do appreciate you guys a lot.
Now, on the flip side of things, with light, there is dark. There is yin. There is yang. And whilst we have a fan of the month, we also have to announce the troll of the month.
This is my swan, yeah, donkey, this is my swan, yeah.
Now, being a content creator, you are going to have negative comments every now and again. People are going to come after you. But one individual this month in particular, they went above and beyond. They really took internet trolling to a new level.
A whole level I've never seen before.
That's it. You know what I mean? It was actually kind of awe-inspiring. Troll of the month goes to none other than Dr. Internet on Twitter. Shout out. And thank you to Dr. Internet here for just insane, I guess, just
insane troll. What he did, guys, was he asked us about Manscaped and where babies came from on our mailbag, and just to get a rise out of us, and being us and being nice, want to engage everybody.
Of course,
we answered his question, and not only did he make fun of us for that, but he then clipped it and used it for the next month.
Right,
and he kept using it over and over again,
and then proceeded to claim that he never actually did ask the question, and then also claim that it was Photoshopped when we called him out on it. So, Dr. Internet, you have taken internet trolling to a whole nother level. If you happen to be a troll out there, go take some notes, man. I got some people like I'm already thinking in my head like Spencer on Twitter. You could be maybe a troll of the month
Spencer's
candidate,
up there.
right?
Spencer's
he could
up
do
there.
that for sure. But
there's a lot of them out there.
Seriously,
keep up the great work, guys.
Exactly. So yeah, keep going, folks. I can't wait to announce the following troll of the month. Let's get back to Blue Jays baseball, folks. Tonight, we are going to be live, everybody. Jose on the bump. And this is actually a very favorable matchup. If they win tonight, I am going to get irresponsibly hype. Like,
I thought you were gonna say something else.
What?
A little irresponsible with Budweiser, maybe.
Well, yeah, I'm not allowed to say that, but I will say irresponsibly hype for sure. Also, shout out to Eric Shepard. Great thing right here. Jays trolling the league. You couldn't be more right. If you guys like those segments, by the way, let us know. We're just trying to have fun with you guys.
You know,
trying to do something different and engage with you as much as possible. And just thought that would be a fun way to go about doing it. But tonight we are going to be live for this game. Burrios up against who is that?
Montero right now. This guy's got a 4.28 ERA, a 4-2 record. And if you look at the recent game logs, folks, it looks like he got beat up against the Rangers, who are hot. Seattle beat him up. So he's been getting beat up quite a bit right now. And we know that the Blue Jays offense is one of the best that we've ever seen in a while. Lamakina on the bump against the struggling Tigers. I'm not going to lie, folks. I am really liking the Blue Jays odds. Before we give our score predictions, let's give a shout out to the sponsor of this Blue Jays Today show.
Hey guys, time for a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. Hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code down below or click the link in the description to join the action. Available in Ontario only, must be 19 years older to participate. And guys, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content.
Shout out to Betway, everybody, for being absolutely legendary. Blue Jays, Tigers tonight. I figured it would be like this. Slight favorites are the Tigers, but a little bit underdog from the Blue Jays. Very close lines. Where are you at in this one, Nick?
It's obviously Jays, man.
It's obviously Jays.
It's obviously Jays. And now, can I see a little bit more about Montero, please?
Yeah.
I wanna look at because I think it's Jays, and I also think that if you can. I was going to say go under, but like I think that the Toronto Blue Jays offense could go insane mode on this guy.
Absolutely.
So maybe honestly, like if you can get an alternate run line for Detroit, because their offense has been anemic over the past 11 games, right? Barrios, yeah, he's had his ups and his downs, but I think that he's going to cook these frauds. I think that they've shown some serious fraudulent activity recently, and I do think that he is definitely going to get it done. So I like Blue Jays money line, and I also like the Detroit Tigers to not score a lot of runs.
I like it a lot. Well, if you really believe in that, maybe you take Blue Jays -1.5. That's 250, 2.5 times your money. But guys, check out Betway if you want to download the app. Click the link in the details section or scan the QR code on the screen. Let's get back. Game 2 for the Blue, or guess Game 3, excuse me.
Game 3
is going to be a very big game. You've got Tarek Skubal on the bump against Kevin Gausman, ladies and gentlemen, as I pull it up right here. What are your thoughts on this game? Skubal, obviously one of the best pitchers in all of baseball.
Yeah, I think that it's overambitious for me to say that the Toronto Blue Jays are going to win every single game in Detroit, even though Detroit is playing like ass. The one game that Detroit did win over the last 11 games, Skubal started and he shoved, right? Like that's just what he does. So I do think that is going to happen again here. I think that I'm trying to be realistic. I don't want to say that we go in and sweep Detroit in 4 games. That's just crazy. So I will say that we lose this one. I'm really interested though to see how the Toronto Blue Jays offense handles somebody like Skubal. Are we going to get it? Like, is it going to be one of those boring games where it's like, oh shit, Skubal's going into the 7th and we haven't done anything yet?
Right.
If they can consistently apply pressure, I will actually be very happy with that. I think that going up against somebody like a Tarek Skubal is a great litmus test. And if they do end up winning this ball game, holy shit. That's insane.
You're right. This is litmus test because this is the cream of the crop. This is it. Like if you can beat Tarek Skubal, and I saw someone in the chat saying ALCS matchup. It absolutely could be. If Kevin Gausman's your number 1 going up against the Tigers number 1, this could be a matchup. This is must-watch baseball, and I think the Blue Jays do got a chance. Again, what I say right at the beginning of this when we're talking about this series, I wouldn't want to face the Blue Jays right now if I'm the Tigers.
No.
This is the last team, if I'm a Tigers pitcher, that I want to play. They're going to work me. I'm going to have to be perfect. I can't make any mistakes. Even if I do, they're going to put a barrel to it. It's going to be a grind. The Blue Jays have a chance to win that game. There is a chance, and the Lions will be definitely heavily favored towards the Tigers. But I will say we are going to lose just because you're right. I got to say we lose one game. And then, but even then, like we'd already take 2 out of 3 so far. That's a pretty good start to the series.
Also, I see some people being like, oh, Scuba's going to be off his routine. Well, I would also argue that maybe that would be true, but you could also say that Scuba's going to have that new dad strength. And
right.
that's it. That's the whole other side of the coin as well, right? Yeah, okay, maybe he could be off his routine, but he's just had a kid.
Yeah, and also, too, like, this is a big game. Like, how have we seen, like, what we've seen these pitchers in the New York series just ramp up their miles per hour. Like, they're throwing pitches harder than we've ever seen. They're really trying to play to their best against the Blue Jays. We've seen it time and time again in the last month of baseball. Scuba might do the exact same thing.
Could be.
Like, because we're that dominant. Let's give a shout out to a couple super chats here. Patrick Hamilton saying, how many assets do you think we give up at the deadline? Could look a lot like 2015 because your power contract done at the end of the season. Atkins done next year. You're absolutely right. This is absolutely right. I think we could give up a lot of assets. Don't be surprised if we do go all in. The Namala or a Savage is gone with a bunch of other depth pieces.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm okay with that. I truly am okay with that, especially if you manhandle the Tigers for the remainder of these 3 games. You've done everything. You've shown everyone that you deserve to be a team that you can go all in, right? Like to use a poker reference right here, because we're poker guys. Poker. We like poker a lot. You know, we're figuring out what our hand is, okay? We weren't sure walking into the season. In fact, we thought that we were going to be walking into this season with like a 10-4 offsuit.
Yeah, and the flop came 4-4.
Yeah,
king.
Exactly.
You know, we're like,
and it's
wow.
like, whoa, wait
all
just
right.
a goddamn second. This is actually looking pretty good right now. And that 10-4 offsuit, maybe the beer goggles are kicking in, but it's starting to look like ace king. You know,
right.
and if you have something like that, then I'm ready to put the chips in the goddamn middle. So that's where I'm at right now. I do think that you're going to see a lot of assets move. We're going to be live probably tomorrow, whether it be for the game or whether it be for a trade deadline stream. But we're definitely going to be live tomorrow and on Sunday in some capacity, following along with this squad and doing just a whole deep dive into all the trade rumors, because it feels like they're really starting to heat up right now.
I'm going to be breaking down all the latest trade rumors tomorrow morning. I have a video room coming about that, so I'll just kind of bring it all up, talk to you guys about that. So stay tuned for that. And then obviously if anything is bubbling and bursting out there, like Blue Jays make a trade or something's about to happen, we'll be live on YouTube because we're here until the trade deadline. One more shout out here to Let's Get Gaming saying Ricky Martinez, Wagner, Kyle Stevens, and I think it was Clase for those 2 from Pittsburgh. Oh, that was the trade. What about Hauser from the White Sox? Can't beat him.
So I assume you mean Ricky Tiedemann or Elvis Martinez, Will Wagner, Kyle Stevens, and
Clase for Keller and Bednar. You know what? Go. Let's go. We have so much control of Keller, and you get 1 more year of Bednar.
See, that's the thing, right? It feels like we're giving up so much there, but it's because of the additional. It's because of the years.
Yeah,
right?
It's because of the years.
And I do honestly, Bednar is top tier. Like David Bednar, having that guy in there, I'd feel so much better about this bullpen. I want Ross, because Ross has a tendency to go out, and he does get bullpen, but I haven't seen him ever go out and get like that guy, you know?
Other than I will say, other than Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks was that kind of guy when we traded for him.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he was really good when he was with the Jays. He was pretty damn dominant.
Right.
That was like the best bullpen guy we ever traded for.
That was okay. Maybe Jordan Hicks then. Maybe Jordan Hicks. But, for most part, it's like usually we're kind of in the middle tier here. I would love to see him go out and get somebody that is actually dominant. Like
top end guy.
Top end dude, fully shut down, 8th, 9th inning, does not matter. He'll come in and he will put up a 0.
Let's get to the last game here, everybody, in the Tigers series. So at this rate, or at this point, obviously we won game 1. So Nick and I are saying we split the next 2. Can we win the series right here? I got a good feeling. It's going to be Scherzer. Ooh. Up against Flaherty. Ooh.
Did you hear the Scherzer story and Eric Lauer?
Oh, that's obviously flubbed up, but He's obviously joking.
He's got to be
he's
joking,
obviously,
right?
or else that's literally an assault, and
Yeah.
Scherzer's going to get in charge.
Yeah,
like
he's got to be joking.
it's obviously a joke.
right?
Yeah, it's obviously a joke.
Yeah, so Scherzer on the bump up against Jack Flaherty.
That's tough.
See, this one
That's
is
tough.
a tricky one for me because like Flaherty's been terrible. He's been very bad over the last like 2 months of baseball. So that's obviously great for the Toronto Blue Jays. 5-10 record on the Detroit Tigers. How do you even do that? You got 60 wins.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Scherzer, though, he's not been good either. And there's been a couple games, like the games that we've been losing, it's been because Scherzer's on the bump and we get behind and then we just can't claw our way back into this. This one's pretty close for me, man. What are you thinking?
I am purely going with the Toronto Blue Jays here because Scherzer's still Scherzer, and you can probably get an opportunity to win. Flaherty, probably the same kind of boat where opportunity to win might be there, but the offense of the Blue Jays has just been top tier lately. It's recency bias. I think the Blue Jays are going to scratch and claw their way to a victory here, and getting the sweep, or not, excuse me, not the sweep, the series win.
Be incredible.
Taking 3 of 4 against the Tigers on the road would just be chef's kiss to what this season is. I mean, we had looked at this part of this stretch for so long. Giants, New York, and the Tigers. And if you walk away with just 2 L's in there, wow, you're the best team in the American League.
By far. Yeah, like it's undeniable at that point. Massive shout out here to Patrick Hamilton. Visualize a bullpen where we add Duran and Clase. That would be on crack.
That's the best bullpen in baseball.
It would be up there. It would definitely be up there. Yeah, I would love it. And I know that it's a real big long shot, but Johan Duran to me right now, like that. That would be something.
We know what they're asking for is 2 top 100 guys, which is both of Nomola and Savage.
And
that's too much. That's
right?
too much.
Like if you can come to terms with Joe Ryan and then also like if you can do Joe Ryan and Johan Duran, I will give you almost.
I'll give you both of them.
I'll give you both of them and then something.
And then
that's
some.
Like fucking that's everything. That's everything for the Toronto Blue Jays. But like both of those dudes for just a bullpen arm, even though you could argue Duran's the best bullpen arm in baseball this year. It's tough to come to terms.
I know, but I'd do it because again, there's control there, lots of control with both those dudes. And another shout out here to Olms, just saying, gentlemen, salute to you, my friend.
Salute, bro. Let's get to a couple questions from our mailbag. If we,
I don't have it up here, but I don't.
Okay,
I don't have
let's get at least one question from the mailbag while Adam gets that going. If you haven't already done so, go submit some questions to our mailbag, everybody. We have the link in the description. We highly recommend that you do so. It's a lot of fun. Usually on Fridays, we'll take some time and answer 1 or 2 questions from it just to get a vibe check as to where our community is. Also, for the 427 people in here, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button and subscribe. Like we said, we're going to be live for the game this evening, probably going live for a game this weekend, also doing some type of trade deadline stream this weekend, at least one. So you do not want to miss out on any of the content. And we did just hit 32,000 subscribers, which feels fucking awesome.
And again, I'll have a video coming out tomorrow, just literally breaking it all down. 9-minute video, 10-minute video of everything that has been happening so far. And what's crazy with the trade deadline is that might actually that might change in like an hour. Everything goes so quick.
Also, point made, I could not disagree, any more than that. We do not need a catcher. We are so good on the catching side of things.
Who said that?
Point made.
Point made?
Point made.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
No. When Ross Atkins came out and said, like, we're looking for a catcher, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, why
said that?
Dude, way back in his early press conference, he's like, I'm looking for a right-handed pitcher and maybe a catcher. I'm like,
I don't remember. I must have repressed that.
Dude,
shit
I read that.
Me.
I read that. I was like, did you misspeak? Like you obviously don't need a catcher. That was a weird one for me. Maybe depth. I have no clue. Because you're right. After Heineman, we have nobody. Yeah. That's all I can imagine. But anyways.
Yeah, well, that was what Bethencourt was for.
Yeah, Bethencourt
right?
sucks.
I know he sucks, but whatever. He does not get. That's stupid. Yeah. Silly stuff going on right there. We got a question in here from Lionheart70 right here. Shout out to Lionheart70. Adam's just pulling it up.
Yeah, it takes so long to freaking pull up this stuff. Here we go. Lionheart70 saying, Willie Castro switch hitter position versatility good D. Mitch Keller / Merrill Kelly, I like. It's more of just a statement here from Lionheart70. Relief, I like. Reed Detmers, Jojo Romero. or Emilio Pagan. Okay.
Well, that's great.
I
Ryan
actually
Hart.
never heard of. What's Willie Castro doing this year?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
a good
even
question.
know.
Let me pull that
Look it
up.
up.
Yeah, but what out of Mitch Keller or Merrill Kelly, who do you prefer? Because Mitch Keller is not doing as good, but has more control.
Merrill Kelly.
Yeah,
Cost a little bit less, and is doing better. I want a guy who can win me games like kind of right now.
I think so too.
And
man.
not saying Mitch Keller can't. Like he absolutely can. He's very good.
Mhm.
But I would rather take Merrill Kelly.
I think so as well. Willie Castro, by the way, guys, doing pretty good, having a good season. It's just like it kind of feels like he's the same guy that we have. Well, he's a bit better than some of the guys we have. He's got a 774 OPS. He's batting 257, 10 bombs. I mean, he is a player for sure. I guess I wanted to talk to about the Stephen Kwan rumors that are going on.
Yeah. Or like the linking us to him, Jeff Passan.
Yeah, and it's like, people are saying, oh, like I really want Stephen Kwan on this team. And I forget who brought it up earlier, but I think it was Blue Jays fan something saying it's like he wants Stephen Kwan on this team because that could be the great leadoff hitter. I do hear where people are coming from. I like Stephen Kwan. I think that he does he would add a lot of value to the squad. There's no denying it. I guess for me, it's just like, do you really want to trade your top prospect? Because that's what it would cost. Because he's a free agent in 2028.
Yeah,
he's got so much control. So you're gonna have to trade one of Arjun or Trey Savage at minimum, probably, and then something for a guy who, he's got a high batting average, and he gets on base. He would fit into the mold really well. But it's like, I feel like we're already doing what Stephen Kwan provides.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good ball player, and he's absolutely will help this team. Like, he would essentially take over for Nathan Lucas, and then Nathan Lucas is kind of off the bench and like that kind of role. So yeah, like absolutely. Would I rather have Stephen Kwan or Nathan Lucas? Yeah, of course. I'd rather have Stephen Kwan. He's younger. He's been an all-star many times. He's won 3 Gold Gloves and Rookie of the Year 3. Like, this guy's definitely a better ball player. Would I be willing to trade away Arjun Namala or Trey Savage for a position that, like, the upgrade there war-wise is, literally, let's look it up. He's got a 3.3 war. What's Nathan Lucas have? He's got a 1.2. So 2 more games, hypothetically.
And significantly less at-bats as well.
Significantly less at-bats, obviously. So am I really willing to trade away a top prospect for, 2 more wins? I feel like we can get the war upgrade much better in a starting pitcher or in a bullpen piece.
Yeah, like I think that's where I'm coming from too. Is like I do really like Stephen Kwan, and I think that like I certainly would not be angry at going out and getting him at all. I just feel like that's something that we already have. And if I'm going to shoot the bullets of Arjun and Trey or what have you, I want it to be for somebody maybe a bit more impactful. I'm not saying that he wouldn't provide a lot of value. I just think that there are pitchers out there or there are big time sluggers out there that could do more for the Toronto Blue Jays right now than Stephen Kwan. I
agree. Also, here's another shout out to Patrick Hamilton. Thank you all guys for the donos and everything. We really do appreciate it. Patrick saying, where do you see Santander fitting in if he comes back and is productive? Springer mostly DH now, and we're adding another potent bat probably. Well, first things first, I don't think Santander is coming back. I would be very shocked if he is. I know there was an update yesterday, and I barely read it because I was on the golf course, that Santander is like going to begin some sort of progression soon. But like, I don't know if he has thrown a bat. That's kind of like a bat on my part, not like following up on that. I just kind of forgot. But I still think he's not going to come back because, you're right. Where do you put him? Right. I don't think I'd be rushing him if I was the Toronto Blue Jays to come back like in September and try to get up to speed for the playoffs. Like, that feels really weird. If we miss out on that big bat, maybe they try and see how he does in September and see if he can get up to speed and be that slugger that we need. But I don't think we rush it because there is no real fit.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. And I think that's kind of why I'm with Adam as well. Like, should Santander not come back? I'm not upset about it. But folks, that is the Blue Jays Today Show this Friday. We're going to be live later this evening, like we said, for tonight's game. So come, grab a bevy, grab some snack. A time. Hopefully the Toronto Blue Jays do exactly what they did yesterday again. Because I was having some FOMO. I was like, damn, I should be live for this game. It's so good. Hopefully they do it again tonight.
Yeah, guys, please make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Shout out to all of our current YouTube members. It's just $4 a month to become one, and we appreciate every single one of you.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And as always,
go Jays, go!